What's up, everybody? Todd here with Citizen Defense. Welcome back to the channel. So this week is going to be a short video, but I do have a little announcement. Starting in January of 2025, I will be offering classes at Big Tex Ordnance in Conroe, Texas. So if any of y'all are from the Houston area and you're interested in training with me, you can get in with a class over there starting next year. I do have that class on the calendar, so if you're interested, you can go to my website, www.citizendefense.net, find the details for the class, the date, cost, all that good stuff. So moving on to the topic of discussion for this week is going to be, will competition get you killed in the streets? Now, I think this has pretty much been weeded out amongst the firearms space, but I do think there are some small pockets of individuals amongst us that still have this mindset. And I think it's important that we talk about it, especially for newer shooters, people that may have just gotten into concealed carry and they're thinking about dipping their toes into shooting sports. And because if they come across these individuals and they get this negative information about competition in relation to real life, it could very much push them away from it. And that is pushing them away from skill development. And that's where my issue lies with that. I think the problem is whenever the people that say competition is going to get you killed, they view competition more as an engagement strategy than as what competition should be viewed as, which is other shooters, measuring their on-demand skill against other shooters. That's all competition is. Nothing more, nothing less, in my opinion. Competition is by no means an engagement strategy. I can tell you the way I run a USPSA stage, I will never approach a self-defense situation in that matter. Okay, those are two different things. I think most people that are involved in competition understand that difference there. If you don't, you very much should. But viewing competition, we should, acknowledge it for what it is. It is a way for us to measure our on-demand skill against other shooters and identify deficiencies. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. So if I go to a match and I run a bad stage or I run a good stage, but my reload sucked, my movement sucked, my transition sucked, those are all things that I can identify at a match and take notes on, come back home, work on it, my dry fire, my live fire for that month at the range or whatever. I can focus on those things to progress in my skill development. And competition has a way of bringing those things out, right? We want to be competitive. We want to do better. We always want to strive to do better. And so it can push us to work on those things a lot more, gives a lot more motivation. I would say that when it comes to competition, that it is, I think if you handle a fire, especially if you carry a firearm for self-defense, you very much should get involved in competition. It's a great way to develop your skill as a shooter. It's a great way to make new friends. I've probably made more friends in the firearm space at matches than I have in other areas of my life. But yeah, it's a great time going out to the range for a weekend, like-minded individuals, and you're just out there blasting, having a great time. The only other thing I would touch on for competition is going to be stress inoculation, right? If you're viewing competition as a means of stress inoculation for real-world altercations, I think that's the wrong mindset to have for that. Of course, when you go to your first match, yes, it's going to be somewhat stressful. You don't want to get DQ'd. You don't want to break the 180. You want to be safe. Those are things that you're going to be nervous about. But by your third, fifth, 10th match, you're going to be used to this, and you're just going to be out there. Those things are in your mind are just going to be running in the background, and you're just going to be having a great time. So I would not view as competition as a stress inoculation for conflict. So just remember that. Like I said, view competition for what it is, on-demand skill. But yeah, outside of that, that's all I have for y'all this week. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about competition. How do you approach it? Do you think competition will get you killed in the streets, or do you not? I want to hear what y'all have to say on this. So outside of that, if you haven't yet, like, subscribe to this channel. If you like this content and you find it useful, share it with your friends. Outside of that, I hope everybody has a great week and stay safe.